Washington isn't just watching and reacting to Russia's annexation of Crimea. It's also watching Russia's moves close to U.S. shores. Russian military ships have been docking lately in Havana, Cuba, just 144 kilometers from the U.S. And as Patrick Oppman reports, these visits may be just a prelude to a military expansion.
A Russian spy ship casts a long shadow in the Havana harbor. Its two-day surprise visit to Cuba in February was just one more sign that Russia again sees the benefits of a military foothold 90 miles from U.S. shores. The ship's sailors enjoyed a few local beers, but didn't want to say what they were doing in Cuba.
No.
How do you like Cuba?
No.
Cuba good? Cuba good?
Cuba go.
And last July, thousands of Cubans lined up for hours to tour two visiting Russian warships. Eileen Hernandez brought her grandson in nostalgia for the Cold War.
I went aboard a Russian ship once, but he's never been able to. These are opportunities you can't let go by because they're Russian Navy warships and you don't always get a chance to go on board.
There may be more chances, though, very soon, as Russia's defense minister says he is negotiating with countries, including Cuba, to host Russian military bases. Cuba's foreign minister denies those talks are taking place. There are no negotiations, he says. I am not aware of any initiative. We should be concerned with the U.S. Navy base at Guantanamo that is there illegally against the will of our people. Russia's renewed interest in Cuba could be payback for perceived Western meddling along their borders, says a military historian.
It is the kind of thing that you can get you a lot of headlines in Washington, and so from a Russian perspective it's rather interesting because you can show to the United States that you can actually cause them problems if they continue to cause you problems.
And the problems may only be beginning, as the conflict in Crimea could soon rekindle other long-dormant Cold War tensions. The enormous building behind me is the Russian embassy in Havana. It was built during the height of the Soviet involvement in Cuba, and its unusual shape is meant to represent a sword in the heart of the United States. That Soviet victory over the West didn't come to pass, but it appears that old habits may die hard. Patrick Oppman, CNN Havana.